Hi guys, welcome back. This is another video lecture about functions, pero this time we're going to focus on graphs. Okay, so we actually have different graphs depending on what the equation is. Okay, so this time I know that I mentioned in my previous lecture yung about linear graph, pero mamaya makikita nyo rin siya. Okay. So given this equation. Okay, so f of x equals mx plus b. Okay. So, ito, kapag nakita kayo ng ganito, alam natin na ito ay linear equation. Okay, so linear equation siya. Pero here, this form, it would give us what we call the slope intercept. Okay. Slope intercept, okay, form of graph. Ayan. So, it's a slope-intercept form of graph. So, paano siya? Asa ng slope dyan, ma'am? Alright. So, discuss ko sa inyo, say for example, itong si M at saka si B natin, mga ano yan na constant numbers yan. So, say for example, and of course, you have your X there, the input. So, say for example, you have 2x plus 3. Okay. So, since you have this kind of equation, i-table natin bago tayo mag-graph so that we will be guided of what would be the ordered pair. So, say for example, ang input natin ay mag-start tayo sa pinakamababa or mas mababa pa sa 0. So, let's try negative 1. So, once we have negative 1, okay, so we do the substitution and then, so, negative 2, 3, magiging 1. Then, we do the 0. Let's try. So, 0, so 3. Let's have 1. 1, 2 plus 3, it's 5. Let's have 2. 2 times 2, 4 plus 3, 7. Okay. Kung napapansin nyo, as we increase, okay, yung ating ini-input, nag-i-increase din yung ating output. So, if we increase ng isa dun sa input natin, nag-i-increase siya ng dalawa. Okay? So, increase ng isa, increase ng dalawa. Okay? Ganun ng ganun ang nangyayari. So, in order for us to identify, so ano yung slope ba dito? Okay. One way of identifying it is the change in, okay, the change in y, okay, so ito ay delta or change in y, ito yung kanyang symbol, over the change in x. So, you have 2 over 1 or 2. Yan yung slope natin. And where do you see this in our equation? Okay, so where do you see that in our equation? Yan, sa una. So, ito yung slope natin na tinatawag. And then, for the intercept, okay, for the y-intercept, yung 0 to 3, okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na y-intercept. Mamaya, pag pinlat natin, makikita nyo rin. And where do we see the 3 here? See, ayan, nandito siya. So, ito si y-intercept. So, i-plot natin, ha, ng, ayan. So, medyo marami kay y positive. So, medyo anhin natin ng konti. I-increase natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So, yan si y-axis. Si x-axis naman ay 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2. Okay. And so on and so forth. Okay, so let's try. Negative 1 sa ordered natin, pair natin. We have negative 1, 1. So, negative 1, 1 dito siya. Okay. Then we have 0, 3. So, ito, 0, 3. Ayan. And then we have 1, 5. So, tapat natin si 1, 5 dito. Then we have 2, 7. So, it's ito. So, sana tapat siya. Ayan. Okay. So, kung i-connect natin itong ating dots, connect the dots, nag-form siya ng linear. Yan. Yan yung linear graph natin. Okay. Sorry, ayan. Hindi lang straight yung aking line, pero ayan, imagine natin na straight siya. Okay, and then, papansin ninyo, ayan o, dalawa. From the y-intercept natin, ayan, to, ayan. So, meron siyang dalawa. Okay, again, nag-i-increase kasi siya ng dalawa. So, yun yung slope natin. Okay. And then, ayan yung y-intercept natin. Nag-intercept siya dun sa 3. Ayan. So, yun yung nakita natin dito sa equation natin. And this is the slope-intercept form. Alright. Now, meron pa tayong tinatawag na isang form ng graph, yung parabola. Okay. So, ano naman yung magiging equation as we create a parabola? Okay. So, let's do that. Say, for example, okay, so f of x will be your x squared. So, once you see this kind of equation, parabola na yan. Okay, why, ma'am? Kasi nga, every number, kahit negative naman ang ilagay natin dyan, okay, negative ang ilagay natin dyan, nag-ano siya, ang nagiging output niya ay positive pa rin. Okay, so nag-ano siya, pataas, nasa taas lang yung ating, yung ating uh, linya. Okay, so gawa tayo ng table muna. Alamin natin. So kung tayo ay magne-negative 1 dito, say for example, pasok tayo ng negative 2. Negative 2, 4 siya, di ba? Pasok tayo ng negative 1. Negative 1, nagwa 1. Okay? Pasok tayo ng 0, 0, syempre. 1, 1 pa rin. 2, okay, 4 pa rin siya, okay? And so on and so forth. So, if we graph this, okay, so since ang output naman natin ay lahat ay positive kasi nga squared siya. Positive siya. Tingnan natin. Okay, so, sa x mo, 1, 2, okay, sana pantay yung aking 1, 2, dito ay 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Okay. So, and so on and so forth. Ayan. So, paano siya? So, this one is your y, your x. Okay. So, ipa-plot natin to, negative 2 to 4. Okay. Negative 1, 1. Okay. 0, 0. Dito. 1, 1. Then 2, 4. At magko-connect tayo. Okay. Ayan. Pataas. So, hindi siya bababa dyan sa, never siyang mag-negative doon sa y niya. Okay? Hindi siya magpo-produce ng negative na output. So, lahat yan pataas. So, kahit na negative ang input mo na ilagay pa dyan, kahit negative 10 pa yan, ang lalabas dyan ay positive. Kasi nga, again, because of your equation. And that is what you call parabola. Okay. Ayan. So, that is your parabola. Okay? So, that's another form. Pero paano naman kung cube siya? So, try natin ha. Okay. Tingnan natin kung anong kakalabasan. So, say x cube. Yan, x cube. Kung mag-x cube tayo, let's try negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2, that's 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. So, let's have negative 1. So, negative 1 times negative 1 ay positive 1 times negative 1, negative 1. Try 0. Of course, it's always 0. 1, it's 1. And then, 2, it's positive 8. Okay, so let's try. So, napansin ninyo, since nag-cube na tayo and it's multiplied by itself 3 times, nakukuha niya ngayon, nagkaka-produce din siya ng negative. Okay? So, try natin siyang i-graph. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so, then, lakihan natin yung kx para makita natin yung pagkakaiba. Yan. And then, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Ito rin. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. Ayan, and so on. So, negative 2, negative 8, dito siya. Okay. Negative 1, negative 1. Dito. Zero, 0. 1, 1. 2, 8. Okay. Parang hindi pantay si negative 2 at saka si. Ayan. Ayan. So, kung i-graph natin siya, ay i-connect natin, so, ganyan yung kalalabasan niya. Okay. So, nag-iba na ngayon yung ating form. Hindi na siya yung katulad kanina na parabola, okay? Medyo nagsumayaw na yung konti yung ating linya. So, this one, kung pa-decrease ng pa-decrease yung ini-input mo na yung ini-input mo dun sa x, okay? Yung ini-input mo dito, pa-decrease din yung binibigay sa'yo na output. Okay, so, pababa siya. Pero kung pa-increase naman ang binibigay mo na input, pa-increase din yung binibigay sa'yo na output. Okay. So, ganyan yung magiging form ng iyong graph kung ito ang equation mo. Okay.